In October 1972, a Fairchild aircraft carrying a young Uruguayan rugby team soared over the jagged, unforgiving peaks of the Andes. What began as a routine flight was about to transform into a legendary battle for survival. Inside the cabin, laughter turned to screams of terror. As the plane dipped into thick gray clouds, the wings clipped a mountain ridge, tearing the vessel apart in an instant of pure chaos. The fuselage slammed into a remote glacier, thousands of feet above sea level. When the noise finally stopped, only an eerie, freezing silence remained, broken only by the whistling of the mountain wind. Nando Parrado awoke from a 3-day coma to a nightmare. He was battered and weak, only to learn that his mother had perished and his sister was fading away in his arms. As night fell, the temperature plummeted to minus 30 degrees. The survivors huddled together inside the hollowed-out fuselage, their breath visible in the air, praying for a morning they weren't sure would come. Hope was their only fuel until the 10th day. Through a small transistor radio, they heard the devastating news. The search had been officially called off. They were alone, and the world had moved on. Starvation began to take its toll. With no vegetation or animals on the glacier, they faced an agonizing moral choice. To live, they would have to do the unthinkable and consume the bodies of their fallen friends. Just when it seemed things couldn't get worse, an avalanche buried them alive inside their shelter. Nando fought through the suffocating snow, using a metal pole to poke a hole for oxygen, saving the group from suffocation. After 2 months, Nando knew they wouldn't survive another blizzard. He and Roberto Canessa decided on a suicide mission. They would trek across the mountains to find help, or they would die trying. Without gear or experience, they began an impossible ascent. Nando led the way, climbing vertical walls of ice and rock, his thin body driven by a sheer, primal will to survive for those left behind. For 10 days, they walked. Their bodies were failing, their lungs burned in the thin air, and their feet were frozen blocks. Yet they moved forward, one agonizing step at a time, through 37 miles of wasteland. When they finally reached the summit, Nando's heart sank. Ahead lay not a green valley, but an endless sea of more snow-capped peaks. He refused to turn back, choosing to keep walking until his heart stopped. As they descended the other side, the miracle happened. The white world began to fade, replaced by the scent of wet earth and the sight of green grass. They had crossed the barrier between death and life. Across a rushing river, Nando saw a figure. It was Sergio Catalan, a Chilean farmer. Nando threw a message tied to a rock across the water, shouting the words that would save them all. "I come from a plane that fell in the mountains." The rescue mission was launched immediately. Helicopters braved the treacherous winds to reach the glacier, pulling the remaining 14 survivors from their frozen tomb after 72 days of hell. Nando Parrado's journey is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. He didn't just survive. He led his friends home. Today, a cross stands in the Andes to honor those who didn't make it. 16 survived. 72 days of impossible odds. One unbreakable will to live. Their story remains etched in history as the greatest survival feat of the 20th century.